General Langley, I see that you are making waves on these social media streets, okay? Burkina Bay people have sent me to give you a message. They said they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore. They are very happy with him. They don't have a problem with him. They understand what you are trying to do, but they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore and what he's doing for them. So I thought that I would send you this message in case there was some misunderstanding. Captain Ibrahim Traore also kind of understands why you threw him under the bus and it was you. Because when he took this mission to free his people, he knew that based on history and based on what the West have done to their leaders, including Thomas Sankara, he knew that they were going to send you. So we were aware that you were coming.
I can imagine a situation, though, in which the ruling elite of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that in order to the benefit of the strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime.
Leave Captain Ibrahim Traore alone. Family, we've seen this in the past. The saddest thing is that people who are perpetuating these ideologies are people who are being used by the Western nations. This time, it's a black man, a man with African descent. The head of the United States Africa Command accusing Traore for using the country's gold reserve for personal protection rather than the protection of his people. Since when, did our gold become a problem to the United States of America? Since when did our minerals affect other people in the world? What is wrong right now? Why do they want to push Captain Ibrahim Traore down? Why do they want, to assassinate Captain Ibrahim Traore? Why do they want to remove Captain Ibrahim Traore from power? For the longest time, many leaders in Africa are usually puppets of the Western nations. Look at what has been happening in West Africa for the longest time. They've been puppets of French, and this time Ibrahim Traore said enough is enough, and he even removed his country from the ECOWAS bloc and ensured to just want his country to be a free country, to be an independent country. It is so sad to see the head of the United States African Command, who's a man with an African descent, trying to threaten the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore. To some point, they said they could even send him to Africa to overlook, how Captain Ibrahim Traore is using the gold mines. You know what bothers the West right now is the fact that Traore is able, to sustain the country without the help of the Western nations, without the help of France, without the help of America, and people are starting to feel so threatened. We all know what happened to Muammar Gaddafi. They lied to us those days. Right now, we are in a very, very woke generation. People are actually planning for demonstrations in Africa on April 30th against the threatening of Captain Ibrahim Traore, one of the leaders who's doing things the right way. So guys, I want you to watch this series of videos of people complaining, people saying enough is enough, people saying they're backing President Ibrahim Traore. Once the video is done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. Let's watch this together, fam.
General Langley, I see that you are making waves on these social media streets, okay? Burkina Bay people have sent me to give you a message. They said they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore. They are very happy with him. They don't have a problem with him. They understand what you are trying to do, but they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore and what he's doing for them. So I thought that I would send you this message in case there was some misunderstanding. Captain Ibrahim Traore also kind of understands why you threw him under the bus and it was you, because when he took this mission to free his people, he knew that based on history and based on what the West have done to their leaders, including Thomas Sankara, he knew that they were going to send you. So we were aware that you were coming. I just want to give you a little tip and a little side note. It's not only Burkina Faso people that are happy for him. In fact, the whole of Africa have sent me. Yes, this is a very risky thing you are doing. Look, Africans are very, very happy with Ibrahim Traore. To them, he's a hope of Africa. So I just thought that I would whisper this in your ear. That next time you go in front of your masters, I have a list of people that Africans have sent me to let you know that you can go after those people. But my brother, you know that in America, we are second-class citizens. Why you for do that? And Captain Ibrahim Traore, you know, the system that makes us three-quarters of a human being. Say, you know what I'm talking about. The system that makes us three-quarters of a human being, the only way we'll get out of it is if Africa unites. Okay? Right now, the Sahel people have united. And as Africans in America, African Americans, Black Americans, our respect is tied to the freedom of Africa. So, my brother, make you not do that. Next time, please call Dr. Umar, Dr. Umar Johnson, before you take this mission.
I can imagine a situation, though, in which the ruling elite of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that in order to the benefit of the strongman leader and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. You know, I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, you know, as they know that both, you know, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime. There's a number of examples across, even in Sudan.
When a U.S. general goes on record accusing an African leader of using gold to protect himself, you know something big is happening. In a statement to the U.S. Senate, General Michael Langley, commander of AFRICOM, claimed Burkina Faso's gold reserves are being used not for the people, but to secure the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore. But here's the question we all should be asking. Isn't that gold Burkina Faso's in the first place? In today's video, we'll expose the agenda behind this statement, highlight the power shift happening across Africa.
So for the past 3 days, I've been asking myself, why is that the people in the West always think that they know better than Africans, and they want to tell Africans what to do? But here comes the answer. So all of a sudden, the West is concerned about the gold in Burkina Faso. Is it really about the resources, or it's about the people? The people of Burkina Faso is not complaining. Africa is not complaining about Ibrahim Traore. As a matter of fact, we are very happy with whatever he's doing, taking care of his people, taking care of the nation. If we are not worried about Burkina Faso, why should the West be worried about Burkina Faso and they use someone who looks just like us? All skin folks and kin folks, like you guys will say. Why is it that America all of a sudden is concerned about the gold in Burkina Faso? Do you think this is the right time for Burkina Faso to actually invite people from the West to come to the country? Please, at this point, at this moment, it is a serious matter. So if you take it anyhow you want to take it, that is up to you. I don't think this is the right time, because this is how people are being used to infiltrate we Africans. Where are the Pan-Africans? Where are the African American Pan-Africans who are so dearly talking, good stuff about Burkina Faso? Please don't stop talking. This is the time that you need to keep talking so the world will know that we agree with Burkina Faso and we are not going to sit down for this to happen. Ibrahim Traore says you guys should keep talking. He sees what is happening on social media, but he is aware that this day was about to come. He is aware that this day was about to come. If you do not learn from what unalive your father, the same thing will unalive you. He knew this day was coming because of what happened to Thomas Sankara. That is why we always have to learn from the past. All of a sudden, and you guys are worried about China. You are worried about China. No, don't be worried about China. Be worried about the West. All of a sudden, leave Burkina Faso alone. The people of Burkina Faso, we want you guys to be very strategic. We are solidly behind you. We, the children of the soil, have no problem with what Burkina Faso is doing or what Ibrahim Traore is doing. And if you agree with this message and you believe that Ibrahim Traore is actually for his people, please put it in the comment section. Keep flooding in the comment section that leave Burkina Faso alone. Leave Burkina Faso alone. Leave Burkina Faso alone. I'm live right now. Join me and let's talk about this. You see the blinker out there? Just click on it and it will take you directly to my live stream.
So the lovers and supporters of Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso in Africa, have decided that enough is enough. Following the recent attempt on a coup and assassination, they have decided that on the 30th of April 2025, all the African nations that are in support of Ibrahim Traore are going to protest on their streets, demanding France to stop interfering with Burkina Faso, and also the United States of America to stop threatening Ibrahim Traore in the name of arrests. They have said that they were very young when they took down Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Muammar Gaddafi, but now they are dealing with civilized people, Africans who are learned and they know the truth, that they don't want anything good to happen in Africa. And they have said on the 30th of April 2025, there's going to be a continental march to try and push France away from Burkina Faso and also the United States of America. So if you are a lover of Ibrahim Traore, remember that on the 30th of April 2025, we are going to walk in our streets and protest against the arrest of Ibrahim Traore.
Family, what saddens me most is that this information is coming from a man of African descent. When will we stop seeing black people being used against other black folks? For the first time, Africa is winning. For the first time, Burkina Faso is winning. You know, they have a leader who thinks of how he'll improve his nation. A leader who does not only think about himself, he wants to be of service to that nation, you know, saying enough is enough, enough of us being exploited, enough of our resources being used by foreign countries. You know, these resources must support us, you know, the people of this nation. Right now they are accusing him of using the gold mines, you know, for his own benefit, that is pushing corruption, you know, in that country. These are all lies. We know these scripts. We know how they are even written. We knew those days what they did to Muammar Gaddafi. Those days we were people who are not as woke as we are right now. As Africans, we are saying no to this. We are saying that it's time they leave Captain Ibrahim Traore alone. It's so unfortunate for this coming from a black leader in the US. This is obviously scripted. There was also an attempted coup against Captain Ibrahim Traore around the same timings, you know, that this speech was being given. The goal is to throw Ibrahim Traore from power. The US General Michael knows the difficulties black folks are going through, not only in America but all over the world. He knows very, very well what his fellow black men and women are going through in this world. It is so unfortunate that they are using somebody who's of African descent, you know, to even give out such an information. Family, it's time that we think about ourselves as black people. It's time that we accept growth amongst ourselves. Let us not stop being puppets. Let us stop being used. You know, there's been a lot of issues, you know, when it comes to Africa, you know, with these foreign powers. And Ibrahim Traore was just the change. These are a little bit of the background story as to why they are now fighting Ibrahim Traore. So after seizing power in a coup in September 2022, Captain Traore extended military rule until at least 2029, postponing promised elections amid ongoing Islamist insurgencies. In response, the US excluded Burkina Faso from the African Growth and Opportunity Act. You know, they wouldn't support Burkina Faso because Captain Ibrahim Traore took over from a coup. In response, the US excluded Burkina Faso from the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, in 2023, citing the country's failure to make progress towards democratic governance and respect for the rule of law. Then there's been shift in alliance and regional dynamics. In January of this year, 2025, Burkina Faso, along with Mali and Niger, formally withdrew from the Economic Community of West Africa, the ECOWAS, and established the Alliance of Sahel States, known as AES, Alliance of Sahel States. This new confederation aims to enhance regional security and economic integration, distancing itself from Western influence. The AES has increasingly aligned with Russia, seeking military support and cooperation. In April of 2025, Russian officials hosted diplomats from the AES countries to discuss strengthening security ties, including training troops and providing military equipment. These things are making America and France so sad. You know, where these countries started to become woke. Why do they not need our support? Whereas Burkina Faso's president made Mali and Niger tag along, you know, in these alliance of Sahel states. You know, they're afraid. For the first time, they're seeing a leader who's not ready to work with them. A leader who's focusing to improve their country. The people of Burkina Faso are not complaining. They also want to go to the street. They do not want anything, you know, to try and stop the leadership of their able president. As the AES countries have expelled Western forces and turned to Russia, the US has been repositioning its military presence in West Africa. Efforts include establishing operation in coastal nations like Benin and Ivory Coast to counter the growing influence of the Islamist militants in the Sahel regions. They are feeling threatened already. Then Burkina Faso continues to face significant security challenges, including attacks from jihadist countries. In March 2025, an attack in Diapaga resulted in the deaths of over 60 soldiers, highlighting the ongoing instability in that region. In summary, the relationship between Burkina Faso's leadership and the US government has deteriorated due to the country's shift away from the democratic process, realignment with Russia, and the broader regional instability in the Sahel. Family, they'll ensure that there is no peace in this region. They want to ensure that they get rid, you know, of Captain Ibrahim Traore, and that will not happen in the watch of black people all over the world in 2025. We want to talk about these things. We want to say no, you know, to our leaders being puppets of the West. You all saw what happened in Kenya sometime like this last year in 2024. Kenyan Gen Zs went to the street and said enough is enough. We appointed these leaders to serve us. They're only thinking about themselves. We are saying no to this finance bill, you know, and the government of the day had us. The same thing is about to be revolutionary in Africa in 2025. There is no There is no messing up with Burkina Faso's president. Leave Captain Ibrahim Traore alone. Let him exercise his duty as the president, of Burkina Faso. Whatever he decides to do that would work for his country and wouldn't affect its citizens, let them do it. Burkina Faso's gold is not affecting America in any way. I'm actually surprised seeing America, the government, talking about the gold that is rightful for Burkina Faso. These are gold mines in their country. They are trying to use the same to benefit themselves. What is wrong with that? Family, Burkina Faso's president is one guy who Africa, the whole Africa, is looking at as one of the best leaders yet. So there is no way they'll try to get rid of good leadership, good governance, the change that Africa needs. We are saying no to that. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about this video? Like this video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users. And the goal is just to ensure that Africa and all black people all over the world stand together and say no to this act. We shall go out in the streets and say we need freedom with our leadership. We need them to leave African business alone. It's time that they leave a true leader to work on his nation without any disturbance. Like this video, guys, so that it can be recommended to other people. Share it with your friends and family so that we may be able to learn together. Last but not least, kindly do consider subscribing to the channel. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and we cannot do that without your support, guys. Share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe. Thank you, guys, and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.